Hey everyone, welcome to the weekly update. A lot of new things have come in this week and one or two new products, so I'm going to go over those real quick. If you're watching, the YouTube channel is changing a little bit. We're trying to take a few things into our own hands, especially with the grind segment, where we're going to all start filming each other when we have time and moments to do that. So you may want to pay attention to that. That's a little new. Right behind me is a new beta display. You're going to see these all throughout the store. Why? Because betas are really cool. They're a fish that doesn't take up much space. They can go anywhere in the house, office, anywhere in a very, very small space. And we have just gotten a ton of new small tanks. I would even say they're more nano than most of the nano tanks that we have. And I'm going to take you through some of those real quick before we get into the fish. Okay, so a quick rundown of some of the new tanks we've got. The Neon Glow tank, the Pisces tank, the Edge Lit. This is a really cool tank that is lit around the edges. The Ascent tanks, which are really cool because they have their own pedestal. We actually have a video that we did of me setting up a 20-gallon Ascent. These are much, much smaller. These are, I think, 6 gallons. An actual beta guide with a very, very small tank right here, the Marineland Contour 3, really cool LED lights. All of these are very, very small tanks. Sit on a desktop, nightstand, whatever, but you can create a really cool nano environment for a beta. Right through here we have some other neon glows, the Aquariums like you saw in the opening of the video, and some really cool rimless tanks if you have a very modern, sleek look in whatever room, office that you're in. Any of these edge lit tanks or any of these rimless tanks would be perfect for a beta. Okay, a real quick product spotlight that I want to mention this week is the Stretch Snail Catcher. If you have live plants, you will at some point in time, reluctantly, purposefully, unpurposefully, have snails in your tank. This will actually go across and pull them out. Very easy way to get them off the glass. Catches them, pull them right out, no problem. This is something that we use in the store, and we have just finally gotten them in stock. So if you're in here and you have any type of planted aquaria, go ahead and pick one of these up. They're cheap, they're handy, and they work. Okay, so having gotten all that out of the way, I am going to go over some freshwater this week, and Reagan's going to take you through saltwater. We have more shipments coming in on Friday, so you definitely want to pay attention to Facebook for that. And let's go. Okay, so first on the list are double black Vell angels. These guys are fairly small. They came in last week and wanted to kind of see how they did before I put them in a video. But a lot of people love black angelfish, and these are exceptionally black. Beautiful, beautiful angelfish with the veils. If you're in the market for some angelfish, these are some beautiful, beautiful black angelfish. Dwarf Gouramis came in this week. We sold out of them last week. I wanted to make sure that I showed you them this week. Some beautiful powder blues, the flame ones, very, very beautiful Dwarf Gouramis. Good in a semi-aggressive or community tank. You can keep one in there. You don't have to school them or anything like that. But very, very, very colorful. All right, we're going to get into some of the cool, exceptional fish this week, and some that Kevin got in that I just love walking past are the Abramite Headstanders. Why? Because they stand on their heads. That's kind of how they position their bodies to swim, how they feed. I showed some of these a few weeks ago, but we only had a couple in stock. It's really cool to see a small school of spotted Abramite Headstanders like this, just all feeding over the rock. And just because they present a whole different picture of the tank in the way that they move through the tank. They will school like this. So this is a very, very cool fish. You definitely want to pay attention to it when you come in, if for nothing else than just to see them. They're so different. It's true South American leaf fish. A very, very cool fish that I don't think it's going to take too much of your imagination to realize why it's called a leaf fish. They have a very large mouth. As you can see, that line that separates one jaw from the other goes all the way back to the pectoral fins. You don't want to house them with anything small, so while they seem very peaceful and they're very relaxed, they are a predatory fish. They will get a little bit of size on them, but they are very, very cool. We Get them whenever we can. The Exodon Paradoxus, probably one of the meanest of the tetras. This is a schooling tetra, but it is not to be put in a community tank. These are aggressive little guys with a mouthful of teeth. So if you've got larger bodied, semi-aggressive, almost to the point of aggressive type fish, these can make a different type of fish to go in with them. They're hunters, they're predators, but they are really cool. Got in some marbled needlefish this week. They came in pristine, just perfect with the colors on their body, even though each one that came in has a little bit of a different color. And we got in a couple of different sizes. But these, again, weight-wise, from a standpoint of just how they look, they came in really, really perfect. No damage whatsoever to any of the fins or anything like that. And they are a pretty cool marvel to look at in a freshwater tank. Okay, so we focus a lot on koi, and I can't help that. I will do that again in this video probably. But we also got a lot of other types of fish that you can put in your pond that are a good bit cheaper. Some of the pool comets that you see moving left to right. Lots of different colors that show up very well, very affordable. Those are not comets, those are those are actually arandas that jumped into the comet tank. So I don't know why they got placed there. But we'll move on to the Sarasa comets, which are great for ponds. This one particularly that came in has a blue sheen all over the white part of the body, so you can get some koi-like colors even in some of these comets and shubunkins. Now we're moving towards some of the small koi that are back here, and then down below a few koi that we've had for a little while. Okay, so two fish in this tank I want to show you that came in. One are the golden sharks that you see swimming back and forth with kind of the orange tail, and they color up really nice. They get this bright line that is of course golden through the center of the body. You can see them, and they've got some decent size on them. We also have some snakeskin gouramis. It's not too hard to see why they get their name. As they get bigger, the scales on their body resemble that of a snake pattern, and they are really cool if you want a larger bodied gourami that can kind of go with semi-aggressive fish. Exceptional cardinal tetras came in this week. These are some of the largest cardinal tetras I've had in a while. I don't have a lot left, 2, 4, 6, 7, maybe 8 at the most. But they are beautiful, and the color is just phenomenal. So they are my pick over neons just because they have the through body color, and they are really, really nice. We also have cohabitating with them right now some German blue rams. Very, very nice. You can see the blue, the turquoise starting to color up throughout the body. And these are pretty desirable when we have them. These are doing phenomenally well. So if you would like a dwarf cichlid that will put off a nice show that will go with a lot of different things, a German blue ram might be for you. Last but not least on the fish for this week, I know you guys are probably tired of me showing them because I've been on Facebook this week with them, but it's the koi that we got in. I've been trying for years to get in a decent selection of the red and blacks, the orange and blacks, and the yellow and blacks, and I've got a lot of them. They came in yesterday from a new koi supplier that we've been using this year for the first time. He has phenomenal koi, and the prices are phenomenal to go along with it. So if you're still stocking a garden pond, if you are anticipating doing a garden pond, I have got some of the best koi I've ever had in the time that I've done this here at Fishy Business. And just so you know, as we're shooting the video, all of these new fish just came in. So needless to say, these won't make the update this week, but they will make Facebook. Lots more freshwater fish.
Hello everyone, Reagan here again with Fishy Business. I'm here again to show you some of the saltwater fish that came in on Wednesday, and something new that's going to be happening from here until the foreseeable future. We're getting one shipment on Wednesday and one shipment on Friday, both fresh and salt. So make sure that you start putting that in your calendars too, to know that we do get new fish on Fridays now as well. But let's take a look at some of the stuff. So this was a total surprise this morning when I got here. Apparently, I ordered 6 red Ruby Dragonets. Didn't know I did that. Total surprise. But these guys are gorgeous. They have bright red bodies, and they have yellow pectoral fins that they use to scooter across the ground, because they will act like they're, you know, they're scooters. These guys do eat copepods. Sometimes they'll transition over to some frozen food, just like any other normal dragonet. But these guys have a lot of color. They typically stay perched either on rocks or in the sand bed. Because these guys stay so small, I do recommend that they only be kept in smaller aquariums, just because they'll get lost in larger aquariums and you won't be able to enjoy them. But the red Ruby Dragonet is absolutely a fish that I would recommend if you have a smaller tank. Alright, so back there hiding underneath my heater is a pink-tailed triggerfish. Triggerfish in general are more of a predatory fish, a little bit more aggressive. Pink-tailed triggers though are going to be more on the docile side of the triggerfish. They're also going to be one of the more reef-safe triggers. Like I always say, triggers are not going to go after your coral, but they will occasionally go after some type of your cleanup crew, inverts, things like that. But like I said, the pinktail is more of a docile trigger. They can live with other things, including the tricolor Anthias that I have swimming around in here with her. Also, they're going to be more of the reef safe trigger. So if you wanted to try a triggerfish in your reef tank and you don't mind occasionally losing a member of your cleanup crew here or there, definitely come try the pinktail trigger. Alright, so I got in some more juvenile blue hippo tangs. This one came in a great size, already has that nice yellow tail fin and bright blue body. Like I said, this one came in a great size. This one's already 1.5 to 2 inches, so it's really nice size. Already has that really nice dorsal fin up top as well with that black marks. Blue hippos do get very large once they get full grown, and these guys are definitely reef safe as they are a tang. Careful of which other tangs that we want to try them with, like we say with all other tangs. But blue hippos are definitely a star of the show. Alright, so I finally got in a lionfish. I know a lot of you have been asking. I got in a dwarf lionfish. This one is a small dwarf. Lionfish, these guys are going to predate and eat on typically live foods like ghost shrimp. Some of them will go after guppies, but typically ghost shrimp is what they're going to feed on. As long as you're patient and you are persistent about it, a lot of times these guys can be transitioned over onto some frozen foods, but I would definitely recommend still trying to keep that ghost shrimp in their diet. It's more natural and it has a lot more protein and good things for them that are going to keep them healthier in the long run. Alright guys, I know this is one of y'all's fan favorites. These are Purple Queen Anthias. I cannot keep them in stock long enough. I was finally able to get some more this week. So if you've been in the market for Purple Queen Anthias and they're always sold out by the time you get here, definitely make sure to come by today to get some Purple Queen Anthias. I don't have a whole lot of them, but I did get them again this week. These guys came in a really nice fuchsia purple color. Some of them are starting to get the yellow on their faces, which some of the adults will have. And like I always say with Anthias, they're not foragers, so just make sure that we are feeding them multiple times a day, more than normal fish, just so that we can make sure that they're going to keep a nice weight on them. Alright guys, you know I always have to point out the rectangle trigger when I have one. This one came in beautiful, absolutely stunning, already has those really nice sorbet colored all over his body. Already super active, already eating. I love rectangles. These guys are not going to be one of the more reef safe ones. These guys do have very nice personalities. Probably would recommend more of a fish only system if you wanted to try the rectangle, but I can't say enough good things about them. They're beautiful, they're active, they have great personalities. They're an all around really nice colorful fish.
Thanks everyone for tuning in this week. There's a lot of stuff coming your way on the YouTube channel. Pay attention to Facebook because we are popping things up there left and right. And we've been getting in a lot of used tanks lately. That's something, if you've been in the market for a turnkey aquarium at a fraction of the cost, they have been coming in pretty regularly. One came in yesterday, a 90-gallon complete saltwater package. So check out Facebook for that. Have a great weekend. Come see us. God bless. And we'll see you next week.